5.
He gets like 3 at a time
And
and
we're
just chugs them all
live!
on.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the stream.
Good shit. Good.
Howdy, y'all. Let's start off tonight's episode of Oodvin, episode number 32. Like we start off every episode with some introductions. So, hello. My name is Maxwell Williams. I am the DM for this session, and I play a whole bunch of crazy characters, including one little halfling by the name of Daisy. That has an interesting feeling about healing people or just letting people die.
Oh.
The
Hi,
nurse
everybody.
we're talking about.
Yeah, this is our nurse. That's I bet. Hi, everyone.
I mean, everyone
my
knows her
name-
full title is Daisy the Death Decider, right?
No.
No.
This is
Never
news
said
to
that.
us.
Cool!
Wow.
I would have
Ooh.
gone with Daisy Head Maisie for all of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Good.
Sam. Sorry for
No, you're fine. Now I'm nervous. My name is Sam Rinaldi, and I play Winnie Winslow, the Twilight Cleric. And she really wished she had another broom right now. I miss my old broom.
Yeah, she kind of blew it up herself. Not
You know.
just saying.
It's just gamer rage.
It's scary.
Hi, I'm Connor McGinley. I play Lily Pembroke, the doll fighter ranger, and she's not as traumatized as I thought she was gonna be, but don't think that means it's not a large amount.
Hello, my name is Dane Brancato. I play Zephyr Windstrider, the College of Swords bard of the group. And as we reach the mid-peak of Zephyr's favorite senses, this week we're going to be covering his favorite sound, which is a large group of applause from an audience, or just the sound of people partying and having fun. Especially if he's the one at the center.
Alright. Hi, my name is Julia Risto, and I play Octavia Lagazur, a half-orc swashbuckling rogue. And last session, she ran like hell to Offenzia's house after getting her face absolutely destroyed. I hope this doesn't become a theme, but she definitely gave some things that will definitely not bite her ass in the future. We'll see.
Hello, my name is Aaron Borden. I play the character of Februm Cask, the Simic hybrid blood archer. And, you know, he's just really glad to be able to get out of the house.
And I am Drew Borden. I play Aldrich Banask, the armor artificer / paladin. And his favorite color is blue, because that was his wife's favorite color.
And now he is blue.
And now
Dabba-dee,
dabba-die.
dabba-die.
Anyway, so with that, let's do a quick little recap. So our party is coming off a whole day / night of festivities. We started in the morning by introducing an entire festival, as well as a quick little battle and opening ceremony. Then we moved on to a nightly soiree and a dinner, one at the Cask Estate and then one at Offenzia's place. After doing some chores and some cleanup for Offenzia, there was some drinking involved, some drunk shenanigans, a deal might have been made, which allowed the party to enter into the Cask's secret vault that they had discovered earlier that night in order to obtain some information for themselves. Most of the party didn't know that it was happening that evening, but everyone's got to roll with the punches as everyone stepped into a portal, quickly began to gather information, and then attempt to make it for the exit. But after alerting some of the internal bodyguards and
Zephyr.
control units. Half the party was able to make it out while the other half was still trapped inside with Amphira's constructs hounding them and trying to tear them apart. Thus we came to a split decision. People began going in different directions. Several people were trying to make escapes. Februm was doing his best just to keep Al alive. And everyone seemed to do so just long enough for Octavia to make it all the way across the shadow to Ophenzia's place, trading 3 separate things of herself in order to save the rest of her party. And where we left off last time is the whole party in mid-action, Lily reaching the kitchen, kind of opening up, just starting to look for the weakness in those wards. Both Zephyr and Winnie running away in different directions, while Februm and Al did their best to just hang on against this construct. Everyone is teleported in an instant. Your vision goes white. It's almost like a flash grenade has gone off. There's ringing in your ears. You feel your bodies warped and pushed in different ways. And while you're kind of moving through this, there's points of consciousness. Your consciousness seems to come to the surface, and you're able to perceive things around you. I need everyone to make a perception check.
Myself included, or not really?
No, everyone.
Oh.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, that's a nat 1. I notice absolutely.
Oh shit, I better not do that. We'll get copyrighted.
I got a
I got
15.
a 15.
29.
Hey!
I dropped my dice.
I mean, it makes it a 6, but still,
Yeah,
it
6
rolls a
ain't
nat 1. That
You said-
bodes well for
Awesome.
tonight.
You said a
That's a
perception.
6.
Yep.
That is a dirty 20.
Damn. Winnie's focused.
Got +9, baby.
So everyone had a 15 or higher other than Octavia?
Yes.
I think so.
No.
Yep. No.
What
Oh,
Februm
Oh, yeah.
did?
I had a 6.
Oh, a 6. I
Oh.
didn't hear it.
Oh, we have the same. We have the same.
Wow.
Wow.
So many twinsies.
Okay, so as you're kind of going in and out of this kind of liminal space, those of you that rolled above a 15 start to hear bits and pieces of conversations. For this first part, you hear what you think is, it must be Drax, and you hear him go, "Oh my. Why now, Ophenzia? Why have you chosen to get involved?" And then, of course, Ophenzia responds with, I can't control when people find their way to my doorstep. Now, you should know this all too well, now shouldn't you, Aophig? If you continue to disobey my directives, you will leave me with little choice. You know the other two have already been out for your dismissal for centuries now. Oh, yes, I'm aware. And it begins to kind of drift off into darkness. You feel yourself, your body's pushed and moved, picked up at different points in time and lifted. And eventually, you all wake up. In your dorm, in your bed, there are small aches and pains, but as you begin to kind of look yourself over, all injuries have been healed, removed. Octavia, you specifically, you reach up and you can feel an indent where that gash used to be. Just the slightest indication that it once existed at some point. Just maybe the smallest little dent in the top of your nose bridge. But it seems to be masterfully crafted back together, the skin grafted.
Wow.
And it is a bright new morning for all of you.
Does that count as a
British.
long rest?
That is a long rest.
Okay.
Yo.
I love getting 49 hit points back.
I love
Thank
getting
you.
37
So I
hit
no longer
points
love
for hit
getting
points.
83 hit
700
points back.
features.
Wait, so remind me what a point of exhaustion does.
So
Or a level of exhaustion.
levels of exhaustion, you lose 1 per long rest,
Okay.
unless you cast Greater Restoration.
Okay, so I'm just still a level.
Or you're a ranger.
Cool.
It's 10th level.
Or you're raging. Cool.
But yeah, you are awake. There's suddenly some like, where have you been? It has been all night and all day, and I haven't seen any of you do any. Like, what's going on? Where have you been? What is happening? As Axel is standing in the middle of the room, just demanding answers from all of you.
Okay, just for spatial awareness, am I laying somewhere or am I standing as I would normally?
You are waking up like you normally would.
Okay.
So, and Lily, in your case, you're stood over in a corner near Winnie's bed.
I'm not standing over anyone's bed today.
No,
Oh,
not
we
right
lost
now.
someone.
Oh,
Did we?
Nope.
Oh, Sam.
That would be.
She didn't like that
no.
idea.
She was
She
scared
didn't
about
like
being
that.
good over top.
was not a fan.
There we go.
I wanna at least check, make sure that the notes I gathered are on my person.
Okay, yeah, you kind of begin to like pad yourself down. Where would you have put them?
You
Can
got those tresses, like maybe you'd sewn pockets into those, like your skirt.
well, I was gonna say realism be damned. I would probably have like shoved the notes like up my sleeve.
Let me make a roll real fast. With my new light up dice.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, you reach into your sleeve. They look like they've been pushed around, probably crumpled a bit, but you pull them out and the papers are still there. But the morning is yours. It is before classes have started. You still have probably another hour to kind of get up and get ready.
Cool. I think Octavia wakes up and she just kind of, and then she's gonna kind of like scramble, like nearly falling out of bed to the bathroom, and she's just like looking at her face, like. And she's very confused. She's just like. And I think Perseus is probably pacing around her feet, like pawing at her, trying to get her to pay attention, because he was probably concerned.
You look at Perseus, and if you've ever seen a cat on too much catnip, that is what Perseus is like. He's like crossing paws in front of himself to keep himself like up,
Oh,
and like through the telepathic connection, you're just getting like, I'm woozy. This is strange. I don't know what's going on. Help! Help!
Oh no! Octavia, like, she spends the first time like looking at herself, like being confused, and then when she finally looks at Perseus and locks into that mental connection that she has with him, she's like, "Oh, poor baby," and she like picks him. Oh, he's a poor baby. I'm so sorry. And she's just like just totally babying him.
As soon as you put him, he does like he just like grips in. He's like, I'm never leaving. I'm staying right here.
No, she's just like, "Oh, my poor baby," and like scratching between his shoulders where the between part where his wings are, like, because that's his favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, love."
I think Al will get up and first kind of look around and look over and make sure Febrim's okay.
Yeah.
Aww.
You look
Grandpa.
over. I don't know how active Febrim is this morning, but he's breathing and alive and awake.
Oh, I love Skillet.
I feel like Februm is just getting up.
Yes, Connor.
And he kind of slowly gets up and locks eyes with Al.
I just give you a nod and well, I'm glad that you're okay, and
Same to
Good.
you.
yeah.
No, Grandpa, you shouldn't have.
Hey, why is my memory failing me right now?
Well, you
Axel,
seem that.
did you happen to do
Zephyr,
this?
Do what?
Zephyr.
Oh,
Zephyr stumbles out of the top bunk and immediately like grabs Axel's shoulders. Okay, look, we need to get our story straight right now. We left the Cask Estate after a party, after like a dinner with them, and we came back here and we did not leave. And you saw that we came back here, okay?
Make a persuasion check.
And no one was dressed up as Drax.
You're scaring him.
Dressed
I feel like
Drax.
this.
Actually, no. Make
I
an
feel like
intimidation check. This is such
Yeah.
an intimidation check.
This
Zephyr,
was a
you're scaring
foregone
him.
conclusion.
23.
Axel's like, you came in, everyone went straight to bed, and no one was dressed like Drax.
When he's gonna
Well,
when he's
don't
gonna
don't
peek
bring up
over,
that part unless they ask. But
Oh, okay.
when he's
and
gonna
then
peek
he's
from
gonna
behind
he's gonna
Zephyr.
take 10 gold and slide it in the Axel's
Oh
pocket.
my word, we're
Right.
bribing our child.
Well, like for fairness, I'm not gonna
Okay.
like straight up threaten you or anything. But you know, like you scratch our back, we scratch yours. It's how parties work.
I mean, but also, I have no clue what happened. I
Oh, we'll tell you
got
what
really,
happened.
I
but,
got
like,
really woozy and tired, and then woke up and you all were here.
We'll tell you what happened, but like, do we remember what happened?
I mean, you
Max.
have all the memories that you're supposed to have.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what happened, and then there's a flashback that just retails exactly what happened.
Even better, there's not, and Zephyr just pretends there is and goes, woo, woo, woo. Now I know everything.
I think if he was describing it though, it would be a little bit like colorful. And it's like, and then I went out and I played Drax masterfully.
Yeah.
But also, I want to hear it as like the Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
In
is a
West
story
Vale,
all about
born and
how.
raised.
This is the
I
story
think
of how this party got
halfway
flipped all
through
upside
you telling the
Yeah.
story, I would love for Al to come up and tap you on the shoulder and say, could I get a little help? Just real quick.
Yeah, what do you need?
Just some inspiration.
Oh yeah, I got you, man. I got you.
you fam?
And he's like scrolling through his iPod to try and find a song. He's like, I don't know the context, so
You know the context.
you can do it. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Ah, yes.
I don't. Have
Every
a song
time
based
I
off
almost
that, so-
die, I have to do one of these.
Oh, right, of
I got
course.
you.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already on the brink of death.
And
Yeah,
You already
Due
got
to
possessed
me-
by a worm.
exactly.
The war.
Ah,
due to
The
Dane not
worm.
wanting to look through the list and find a song, Zephyr plays the song that he always plays whenever he's giving Al this inspiration that we all know what it is and won't make me say out loud.
The YMCA.
What?
Yes.
What song?
Exactly. Thank you, Sam.
And
The
while
YMCA.
while Zephyr's telling the rest of that story, I'm gonna go to my desk and I'm gonna try to open the expensive one.
Joy.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's so funny you say that, because I was gonna go, while Zephyr was telling the story, I was gonna be like, when he kind of peeks her head around and goes, actually, don't say that everybody went right to bed. Say that Al was working on like a puzzle box or something, because that's more realistic.
Now we've got the
Yes,
proof.
yes, that makes sense.
Only because this came up the last time I didn't do it, I want to cast protection from evil and good on him before he does it.
Before Al does it?
Yeah,
Let me read
because
it.
I don't know, maybe he wouldn't be like
What else?
having
What else
a
can we
worm
juice
possess
Al
him
up
right
with?
now. It doesn't
Um,
dispel it, it just gives him advantage on new saving throws.
Correction, the song that Zephyr plays is a
Thank
Friend
you for
Like
that,
Me
Lily.
from Aladdin.
Nice.
Good. I love that.
Any
for
new
him.
saving throws against the relative effect. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm like, it doesn't immediate. That's dispel evil good.
Mm.
Yeah, it has to provoke a new saving throw.
Oh, yes. I'll also cast Enhance Ability before I start.
Okay. It's an investigation check.
Okay. Okay, good thing I cast the thing. Oh no. Okay, well,
Survives
my
the cask estate, but he dies to puzzle box injury.
that would suck, wouldn't it?
What are we-
Um,
walk me through the
Bigger
math.
snake goes into your hand.
Okay, so it was a 14.
Okay.
My investigation is +8.
Okay.
Me too.
I will add my Flash of Genius.
Okay. Brings it to.
26.
Okay.
And
And then what? Yeah, what's the inspiration die? Is that a D10?
Dane?
It is a. I have the wrong tab open. All of a sudden, I believe it's a D8. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a D8.
So that'll be a total of 31.
Okay. Okay. Al, you open up this beautiful puzzle box. It is made of a light metal alloy. It's easy to move. The pieces seem to kind of just glide against each other as you begin to shift this back and forth. And you go into it and you start flipping pieces back and forth, rotating the bottom, which pushes out a piece at the top that gets shifted over to the side. And you start to really focus in. And focus in more. And you keep going. And the rest of you watch as Al just keeps bringing this box closer and closer to his face. As his eyes begin to go cross and the blood starts to drip from his nose.
Ah, good.
And you
This
see
again.
his head shake over to the side. Al's
As Zephyr's telling this story in the background.
Exactly.
So this
And
is
Axel's
the
like,
story
that's
all-
so cool. Wait a minute, is Al dying over there?
Yeah, we're talking about it.
What?
Don't look at Al.
That's a fail. Al.
Afraid of that.
Oh.
Oh, shoot.
Ooh.
When the DC is higher than 30.
Ooh.
9, 10, 11, 12.
The DC is half the hit points of the character that invoked this curse. That's right, it's over 100.
Damn.
Okay. Ooh! Oh no. Oh
Oh
no, there is 1, 2. I was about to say none of these dice are below 4.
I don't think that's much.
I hope
better.
that they're not D4s.
Don't worry, it's not D4s.
I expect nothing less than D10s.
No.
Not D10s.
It's all the
D8s.
D10.
D8s.
That's the standard.
He's a benevolent god.
40. 50.
I love surviving near death only to lose Al in the safety of our own room.
And after all you sacrificed.
Yeah.
After all of that.
Al, you take 66 points of psychic damage.
Lovely. I'm still up, boys.
Yeah.
No! I think Octavia can hear the blood
There-
from the bathroom and
There
she
is
walks
just
out.
like blood begins to pour out of Al's ears and his nose. It just begins to cover the table. His clothes are stained. And eventually the box just goes out of his hand mid, like, seizure and convulsion. And Al just, like, crumples to the floor before taking a deep breath.
I gotta get
And
up.
that's what happened. Al?
And I crack my back and... Oh.
And he says, let's try again.
No.
Al, you gotta find another hobby.
Gotta push away
Yeah.
the puzzle box with my foot. Wait, we'll wait for tomorrow.
I'm gonna wait for tomorrow on that one.
Good. Maybe you wait
Why
a
don't
couple of
you-
days.
Couldn't you
Maybe-
wait
maybe
till like
wait-
the end of the day? So you don't have to go to school like this?
Why don't you wait till the end of time?
That
I don't
wasn't
think
on
he's gonna
my-
make it that long. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
The end of time is
I
today.
agree. The end of time is tonight.
I guess that depends on when the apocalypse starts.
Just for him.
Yeah, I guess it would have been smart to do this at night, but
At night.
I just get into these thoughts when we almost die, and
You want to
You're
die
not
more?
satisfied? Like, what's going on here,
It's like
man?
it's like gambling.
I just I
Now,
need
hold on.
I need to find out what's happening with my family, and if I die before that happens, I can't do anything about it. So
And opening these puzzle boxes is going to solve that.
it's the only lead I have. So
I mean,
Al,
you could
how many
ask
hit points do you
Offensive
have?
to open them.
That's never a good sign.
Oh,
That's never a good sign.
currently I have 10.
Oh no.
Cool.
Oh,
You're
no.
Okay.
I
The
feel
box
like
uses power
just
word
barely.
kill.
we feel like we need to
Okay.
develop a mechanic if you take like I don't know, like 90% of your health in one
Yeah.
hit. If we're gonna have an injury table.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Well, tread carefully then, I suppose. I think Octavia's gonna take the rest of the time to read the book that she stole.
Zephyr's story was really good, and Al, almost killing himself again may or may not have been necessary. I still don't know what happened, and I'm curious about that.
Yeah. How did we all get back here?
Octavia takes out the book and begins to read.
The book you stole?
Yeah.
Wait a
Octavia?
minute. With my ungodly high perception, Octavia, I noticed that your bandana is not usually on its arm where it is. Bandana that you wear all the time, because I pay attention to people's fashion choices. I'm literally a seamstress.
Oh,
Or
Connor,
Yeah.
I never told you I'm in love.
I put it away, for good. It's gone. End of story. Not that important.
It's gone or you put it away?
Yes.
Octavia.
Oh, which one?
That didn't seem like an answer.
It was an answer good enough. That's
Good enough for you, maybe not good enough for the rest of us.
Avi, we've come much too far for you to lie to us now.
I may or may not have given it to Offensia.
What? I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
That's my boy.
I-
5 gold.
I can neither confirm or deny that I might have given it to Offensia.
What?
So that bandana was enough for Offensia to get us all out of that situation?
Yes.
Does she look like she's lying?
Hold on, hold on.
Can I make an insight check?
Oh,
Or is
I
that
don't
need
metagaming?
I need to roll
No.
a deception.
No, make some insight checks. Since we played it in game, Octavia, make a deception.
Yup.
Where's my deception?
As soon as you say that, Al's just gonna go up to you and put his hand on your shoulder and say, "I believe you."
Zone.
Thanks, Al.
I wish you had Zone of Truth. That would
I believe
Al, who is still dripping blood from the puzzle box, walks up and goes, "You know what? I believe you."
I believe
Yeah,
you.
She's like,
And then I'm just no go.
yeah, she's like, please don't get your blood on me.
Oh.
Do
yeah.
you need a health potion?
Oh, I'll slap my chest and I'll cast 3rd level Cure Wounds.
I got it.
Okay. I got a 19 for deception.
Oh, that's pretty good actually.
Dang.
21.
good.
I did not get that.
Anyone beat a 19 with their insight?
No, I rolled.
Oh, I rolled like
bad,
shit.
so I'm
Time to
good
get out a
there.
new thing of dice.
I mean, anyone can have their suspicions, but as far as you know, Octavia, like, traded this bandana, which maybe there's some hidden significance that the rest of you don't know. It wasn't just a scrap of cloth to her, because we know Offenzia takes a lot of personal weight in things that you give her.
And like Lily said, you've never seen her without it.
Mm-hmm.
I have reason to believe that. I was just making sure.
It's not
Yeah.
beyond the realm of possibility. It is still a little bit of a stretch.
Well, it must have been awfully important to you, so...
It was my father's. And that's all she says on that, and opens her book. Like, she opens her book with just like kind of a snap and begins to read.
Hate to, interrupt after that. What's that?
It's a book.
Oh, no, really? I couldn't tell. Octavia, that's crazy.
You're tearing her a new one today.
Zephyr is cracking up in the corner.
Yes, and
Well, what is it?
important information that I need to know. As most books are, they're very educational.
Fine.
I mean, I doubt you can't, like, you can probably read the spine. I mean, it's...
I was gonna say, she probably goes, fine, and, like, turns away like she's not gonna pay attention. She goes, so very nonchalantly, she goes, to read the spine. Or the front of the book, whichever is easier to see.
It's the full, like, head cocking.
Make a perception check.
Oh, baby, that's my shit. Hopefully. Yay, new dice! That's 19.
19. It's hard to read. A lot of the book seems to be worn and warped by water, or some other natural material. But you get the end of the title of the book that just says, "Of the Depths."
Of the depths.
Cultural heritage.
What's up, Winnie?
Yada yada, yada yada.
So, like, do we have class today?
I mean, the
Does
bell
anyone
doesn't
remember
go off
signing
for,
up
like,
for
another 30
classes?
minutes, but
What?
Does anyone remember signing up for any classes?
Maybe we sign up today? Or maybe they don't let us sign up anymore. Maybe they said those kids are too much of rebels to be left to their own decisions. We're gonna be in the same class. Drax
Wanted
is
to
gonna
take
teach
what-
all the classes to us.
No,
Oh,
he doesn't
don't
need to do
that.
that.
Everyone's like, "Mm."
Not until the heat dies down, maybe.
I thought we didn't have to do classes till the festival was over, but that's
I have
probably
no
wrong,
clue.
isn't it?
I'm gonna be
Wait, are they
honest.
gonna be like mixed up classes? Are we gonna
They
take
had
classes
ale.
with the other schools?
Ugh, I hope not.
We're gonna have
Octavia
new
remembers,
people? Hold on,
Julia's
some of those guys are
dumbass
pretty
does
cool.
not.
Y'all have not picked classes. That's what you're gonna do in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Well, hold on.
I
some
do
of those
believe
guys
we're
from
picking
Borden
our
were pretty
classes
cool.
today.
Or maybe
I'm
we
having a
already
problem with
did
that.
and we just forgot.
No, we're
That
picking
does make sense with
classes
my
today.
memory, actually.
I mean, us, the
Well,
characters
old.
of this setting may not know that we picked classes already.
So with this
Billy,
going
you're
on,
acting super weird
Oh.
today.
everyone's wristband goes off. You get a little ping.
God has decided we should know what we're doing today.
It says
Guys, I just had an epiphany.
Our wristband says you remember you're picking classes, right?
it says class selection, main entrance hall, 15 minutes.
Oh,
We should probably go to that.
Yeah.
You think?
Would be a good
Does-
start to the
I
year.
think so. I think it would be.
Does Alex take classes here, or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a
Axel,
registered
is that your-
student.
Okay, sick.
that's insane.
What do you
Then,
mean?
we should...
You don't know what I mean.
What did you? What? What do you mean?
Woody,
you
where'd you
just
get
said it?
breakfast?
Never leave home without it.
Most important meal of the day.
This is a mess.
Okay,
No,
All
it's
right, we should
perfect, shut
probably
up.
go.
you all begin to make your way downstairs, collecting your gear, what you need for the day, bits and bobs, and begin to go down the stairs, down the elevators, all the way down to the main entrance hall at the bottom of the tower. And as you filter in, you are seeing students from the two other schools, as well as from Raven's Sight, all filtering in, talking amongst themselves. There's a large cacophony of sound. There is kind of a center stage that has been set up, where you see several different faculty members, as well as some individuals that you don't recognize. And then the two other head professors from the two other schools.
I thought you were about to say the two members of the Cask family, and I was like, nope.
No, you
Walking
okay.
in and turning around.
So notably, no casks. They were here for the
Februm?
opening ceremony. Februm is there with you. No, Februm just disappeared. But you also don't see Drax
Well, that's
as you
not
begin to kind of
surprising.
filter into this space.
He's probably being questioned by the police right now.
What?
What?
What? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Nobody
okay.
needs to worry about it. I was with everyone else the entire time.
Octavia walks by him. She kind of like lightly hits him upside the head, and she's like, "Dumbass."
Hey, it worked, didn't it? Kind of.
She just look. She give like just the look that she gives him is like part disappointment, but also just like exhaustion. Like actually, when she connects her eye contact with Zephyr's, he can tell like she looks exhausted. Like she just is like.
Do you want to try again with the comeback when you've rested a little bit more? Or maybe not now? I'll wait, it's alright. But...
She's gonna flick his forehead and then turn around.
You begin to kind of look around. You see your friends from Borden, the Skull Crushers.
Oh, we love them.
Kind of filtering around, starting a ruckus. You see that. Oh God, what did I call this person? Billeton, the female dwarf, she already has a mug in her hand filled with some type of liquid, coffee, ale, who knows? But she seems to be deep in her cups already this
Hard
early in the
coffee.
morning.
Second moon somewhere.
you also see your enemies on the other side. Specifically, Arafina kind of looks in your direction. There's a look of disgust, and then a quick
Octavia
glance
walks
away.
by. No, as she's looking, Octavia just already, she doesn't even have to look at her to know she's looking, and she walks by to go get breakfast.
When he walks by behind Octavia, notices her do that, and then looks back at, what's her name? Arafina?
Arafina.
Arafina looks back at her and goes, and like walks away.
Zephyr waves with a smug grin.
Of course. Yes, there are some there's like a nice little continental breakfast laid out, mainly like pastries
Cute.
and like there's some eggs and sausage in a dish that has some like warm heating stones underneath it.
Cute.
But before
Low tech.
too much time goes on, there are some claps, some draws it to attention to the center stage, and you watch as what's her name? Tressa? Yeah, Tressa. Tressa stands up in her full splendor. She has a this beautiful white gown on that with a draping shawl that flows behind her, and she stands up and walks to the front of the podium. Welcome, welcome, one and all, to this semester's studies. We hope you all have been finding your rooming accommodations, and we want to just issue our greatest thanks to the Aofian students that have been such kind and welcoming hosts to us all. There's kind of a scan across the crowd. Now, before we select classes, there is some information that we do need to make sure that all students are aware of. Visiting students are only permitted in the shadow. Any excursion beyond that will need a chaperone by an Aofian or some higher-ranking faculty. Travel to the Silent Lake is strictly forbidden.
So it should be.
And of course, any travel out beyond that to the waste will be left for dead.
Yeah.
Now, with that, and you watch Droll stand up. One moment, I'd like to say something. Now, he looks to his students. There's like a little fist. And now, you should all be aware that there was a break-in last night. There's a little murmur through the crowd.
Murmur. Oh no, that's crazy.
Rabble.
Now I have absolutely full faith that none of my students would be responsible. And he actually shoots a little glance towards Tressa. She goes, what? But all property on these grounds, outside of the field and the churches of the Three Moons, is private property and shall not be tampered with, no matter the circumstances. Anyone that is found tampering or breaking into any of these facilities shall be expelled without any exceptions. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Droll. Now, we've set up a couple different stations for all of your class selections. Third years to the far left, second years straight ahead, first years far right. You will find the professors that have been assigned to your years in those facilities, as well as some new welcome faces for you Aofians, as we have brought a couple of our professors from our academies to help instruct you during this great festival of ours. So if you could all separate and make your final decisions on what classes you shall be taking this semester. And as always, let the moon's light shine bright upon all of you.
That's a new one.
And as always, that's new.
And there's a bit of a break. People begin to kind of filtering off in different areas. The little, like, essentially think of it like signature booths at a Comic-Con.
Okay.
You've essentially set up the professors as little booths, so you can ask them questions about their classes, things that they might be teaching in that semester, and just get an idea of what's happening. For your group, you see 6 professors out in front of you. You see Hopper, Daisy, Odessa, and Phyllis, all Oathian. And then you see 2 new professors. One is a small gnomish individual, strapped with a backpack that has every single weapon imaginable that you could think, just kind of sprouting out of this bag behind him. And the other one is this kind of elegant individual, human in race, with kind of this like dark skin and very curly hair that just seems to have this constant breeze surrounding her. So those are your 6 professors of choice, if you would like to go and talk to them about their classes.
Yes, but before we do that, Zephyr's gonna like pull Winnie and Al aside. But so like, Hopper's class was rough last year, right? Or last semester?
I didn't think it was terrible.
Yes, it was terrible.
The 2 sides of one coin.
I'll keep that in mind.
What classes did you
What are
take
you
last?
teaching?
What classes did you take last year?
The climbing and fireball.
Oh yeah,
God.
you almost killed Drax.
I shot Drax, yeah.
Yeah.
No, correction,
No.
Octavia overhearing. Correction, he almost killed you.
I did shoot him though. That doesn't
No,
change the fact.
he was in no danger, I assure you. You were though.
So I'm
Yeah.
not thinking.
Yeah, that did happen. Anyway, let's see what these classes are, guys. Right? Like, enough talk about that.
Okay. So we don't have to role play through it all. The classes for the semester.
Wait.
Waiting. Everyone has their notes out?
Okay, I'm
Write
ready.
that down.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Hopper is teaching a class called Smirks and Subtleties. Daisy is teaching combat yoga. Odessa has a seminar called Munchies for the Road. Phyllis is teaching a class called The Gray Line, a talk about morality. Or mortality, excuse me, not morality. Mortality.
Oh, still pretty good.
I want to take these classes.
Yeah, actually, this would be fun.
The gnomish individual is teaching a class that is just kind of like written in like a dark green marker on a piece of cardboard that just says Fight Club.
Oh, yes, let's go.
One rule of Fight Club: you don't talk about Fight Club.
Club.
And their name is Garfrey.
Gore-free.
I love Garfrey.
I
already.
love Mondays.
Can I bring him lasagna? I'm gonna bring him lasagna for breakfast.
Take the
Lasagna.
Munchies class so you can learn how to make lasagna for him.
Yes.
And then the human individual is teaching a class called The Root of Magic. And their name is Venero.
I love
Oh.
Benadryl.
How do you spell that?
Venuril.
Oh, I was so close.
And then Garfrey is Garfee.
Damn it!
I said
Oh my God, it's
Garfrey.
even
I
better.
am stupid.
I did too, Julia. Garfy.
Garfy. Garfy.
Garfy.
But I think now that we've announced the classes and everything, we're gonna give the players a moment to think about what they want to do, and we're gonna take a quick break.
Neato!
So we will see you back with some selections and to see what people would like to do. So yeah, we will see you in a sec. And we're back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Night.
And so, we stand with several decisions to be made. Everyone has to pick 2 classes. No more, no less. But there is some time to ask some questions to these professors to get a better feel about what their classes may be like and what kind of professor that they are.
Thou shalt not count to 1 unless then proceeding to 2.
Of course.
5 is right out.
Five.
4 is way too much.
But the floor is yours if you have any questions for these professors.
I think
Go ahead.
there has never been like a more perfect match than Lily and Fight Club. So she doesn't. So like everyone else might need to think for a second. She doesn't need to think. She walks right up to Fight Club, and she sticks her hand out and says, "Hi, what's your name?"
Well, hello! My name is Godfrey. It is a pleasure to meet you. Would you like to join my fight club?
Hi, my name is Lily. I need to be absolutely sure. This isn't like a metaphorical fight club, right? This is
No.
like
This is combat, ins and outs, fighting. There will be lots of sparring, hopefully little blood, but you can't guarantee anything in these kinds of situations. We don't want anyone holding anything back. This is about education.
Of course, I'm sold.
Lovely. Name right here then.
Lilliput Pembroke.
Lily is the first person to sign up. You are number 1 on the list.
Good. I hope no one else signs up now. Everyone else is like, oh wait.
Wait,
Oh,
Lily
wait.
signed up?
Lily signed up. Fuck, bro, I can't.
No, right behind her is the plucky bard.
Oh, yes, another one. Lovely,
Laying over
lovely.
his head.
Come, join us, please. Yes,
Yes.
Fight
So
Club.
this is like Fight Club, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
I see a weapon at your side. Lovely. We love those. I have plenty myself.
I love weapons.
I have a feeling we're gonna get along really well. You seem really, really cool and knowledgeable.
Oh, well, thank you. I do try my best. They didn't call me a weaponsmith for nothing.
This guy's so cool. Zephyr Windstrider on the list.
Okay.
He's gonna
I'm-
love Zephyr and all of his weapons.
Oh yeah.
He is. We're gonna be best friends. Yet another adult that Zephyr is gonna become drinking buddies with.
Oh my god. Winnie's also gonna go up to Garfy. But she's gonna like look at the list, and go, and look back up at him.
Oh,
she's
yes.
like,
Come. Welcome.
So what is the difference between
Mhm.
your fight club
Mhm.
and Daisy's combat yoga?
Well, I'm sure you would have to go talk to her about that. But the fight club that I established, my class, my expertise, will teach you the ins and outs of physical combat, how to attack your opponents, how to escape and dodge away from their swings and attacks and such.
the dodgeball course.
Dodge, dodge,
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a sword.
We'll also teach you how to really put that extra swing into your stroke each and every time. I see armor. Is that a mace that you carry? Mm-hmm.
It's a hammer.
Oh, love. I've got a couple of those myself. He pulls out like a great hammer.
The table like shakes.
Zephyr wipes a tear from his eye in the background.
It's beautiful.
Mine's not that grand, but that's pretty cool.
Ah, well, it's not the size, it's the wielder. It's not the size that matters, it's how you use it.
How you use it! Octavia's in the background, like you can literally see her in the background, like.
Yeah, she's like,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
right, yes. I'm gonna go talk to Daisy now.
As you should.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay. Next. You see it like there's a lot of people from Borden that are signing up for Fight Club.
Oh yeah.
Makes sense.
Of course.
There's a couple people from Tridel that are like some of the more like martial classes from Tridel, which is fewer and far in between. But they're all going up to like Garfrey like an old friend, and he's like welcoming each and every one of them.
Oh no, it's the Rotsies.
Oh no!
All the more reason to be here.
Oh no.
I would love to go talk to Phyllis.
Phyllis!
Fellas.
You go over to Phyllis. She has her like little glasses that are they're on the bridge of her nose. She has a book
Cute.
open.
Isn't she like an orc or something?
She is
She so her
She's
glasses
so cute.
think very much like I'm trying to think of like a character. Colossus from X-Men.
Yes.
Phyllis is a very large individual. She has these huge like bulging biceps. But she just wears these tiny little glasses, and she has just like a normal sized book in front of her.
She's so cute.
Sounds like She-Hulk energy.
Yeah.
Very
Like-
much.
Like real She-Hulk energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has like
remember.
she has like one little tusk that is pointed out. It's got a nice little silver cap on the end.
Yeah.
Hello. Can I help you with something? Were you looking to sign up?
Yes. I just wanted to ask just an overview of what we're going to be talking about.
Well, we're going to be diving into the nitty-gritty of death and life and what it means to be dead and to, as adventurers yourselves, be on the brink of death and come back fighting stronger. You know, the towing that gray line of yours. It's not the white of life, the black of death. It's in the middle.
I'll just sign up, and then
Fantastic.
I won't say anything. I'll just write my name down, nod, and
Does
walk
he
over
still
to
have
another
like a little
table.
bit of like blood on his lip?
It's
or
still like a
something?
little bit of blood. So
Good.
fresh, like.
It just like start like you start another nosebleed in the middle of the conversation.
It's like.
Yeah.
I think Octavia's gonna walk by Phyllis and just give her a nod, just cause orc kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Game respects game.
Game respects game indeed.
Febrim's going to walk up to Veneril.
Ah, lovely. Hello. Lovely to have you here. Were you looking to join in my seminar?
I was really just curious on what the seminar is going to cover. Is it more of like finding the root of magic in yourself per se, or is it more like the root of where magic comes from?
I mean, did you already look at my course? Naughty you. Well, we will start off with kind of a brief discussion. The first week or so will be talking about how we access magic in this world and make our arcane and divine connections. And then we will start to experiment and expand upon connections that have already been made in your individual natures. Everyone has their own way that they encounter magic in a world, and there's different capacities, but everyone can do at least a little. That's what I strive to preach in my class.
You're hearing all this, and Winnie from behind you slowly going.
Just
Yeah, she's going.
there's a little like
I'd like to join.
there's a little like glisten in Februm's eye, and he kind of goes, "Well, I do always love a good little bit of experimentation," and he'll jot his name down.
Okay. Winnie, were you also signing up?
Yeah, I'll step up to the plate.
Okay.
I'll step up from behind Februm, and she'll look at him and go, "Hi," and then write her name in too.
Fantastic.
I think Octavia's gonna make her way to Hopper.
Mm-hmm.
And Professor Hopper, you're looking especially wonderful today.
Thank you, Octavia. That is quite kind of you.
Of course. So, smirks and subtleties.
Oh,
I
yes.
Sounds quite intriguing. Would you like to give me an overview?
Well, the class itself is more of a independent study that I oversee. You see, there's a game that I quite enjoy that I think does a much better job teaching you how to deceive your opponents than I could ever do.
Oh, and what game would that be?
He, kind of brings his hands around, and you, watch him, shuffle a deck of cards.
Am I familiar with this name?
Masterfully.
Oh no.
He,
the gambling class.
He deals, he deals out a hand, and, it's, Texas Hold'em poker.
Oh, Octavia's in. She doesn't even need to say anything. She just kind of picks up her own feather with ink, and she's like. And then in beautiful scrawl, you see Octavia Lagazur written down on the. And she's like, "Wonderful! I can't wait to hopefully play against the best."
Sorry, I just choked myself with my headset.
Sweating bullets, thinking.
Fighting and gambling?
Well,
Fighting and gambling?
Octavia turns and looks at Zephyr, and she's just... I would like to remind you how we first met.
Octavia, before you get too far away, Hopper does respond to your playing the best. He was like, well, I wish you the best of luck in your loss.
Oh, we shall see. Spicy. But yeah, Octavia looks to Zephyr, and I would like to remind you how we first met. Truly classes are meant for learning, but I fail to see how much you'll learn when all you're going to do is lose.
Oh, I want to say something, but I... You know what? I don't have something prepared this time. But if I did...
What? Try some caught your tongue. And Perseus will
No.
from her shoulder.
Damn it.
She just pats him on the head as she walks by. A little salt in the wound there.
Zephyr is going to. This is tough. Zephyr is gonna head over to who was teaching the munchies on the road?
Odessa.
Odessa.
He's gonna head over there, but first he's gonna swing by Garfrey again and just kind of side eye the list and see if Octavia signed up for Fight Club.
Not as of yet.
He's a little disappointed, but due time. And he's gonna head up to Odessa.
Mm-hmm. Odessa looks like there's a little like sweat dripping from her brow. There's not a whole lot of people around her booth.
Oh.
She's like,
Oh, not again.
What does Odessa look like again?
So she's Furbolg in nature. She has a dark, kind of a dark brown and gray. So she's like dark brown mainly with her fur, and then she's got kind of these gray stripes and spots. She's dressed in kind of like simple linens. You see just like the slightest specks of like flowers and spices that have like stained different parts of her garment over time. And she's got like a nice denim apron on. And she's just standing there, like tapping her hands, trying not to look nervous. And as you approach, you see like she like reaches out to you. She's like, "Oh, hi, oh, the cat."
Do her ears flap when somebody actually comes up?
I think like when Zephyr like finally like approaches, you see her little like ears do like the little like circle, they're like circling up, and she's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Hello? Were you looking to expand your knowledge in the culinary arts?" You know, the waste is a very dangerous place, and what most adventurers don't put enough credit into is being able to survive food-wise out there. You know, it can be very dangerous. You don't have the luxuries of this big city all around you. You have to fend for yourself.
Yes. This is like, is this stuff applicable not just in the waste? Like, could I use this in like?
Yes, absolutely. Now you'll have a little catching up to do from missing the previous seminar, but it's no worries. But we will specialize in simple snacks and treats that you can eat quickly in this class.
Zephyr thinks for a minute, and then like glances over his shoulder at the rest of the party, and then at Winnie, and he goes, yeah, I'll sign up. This sounds, yep.
Oh,
Yep.
lovely!
Treats, yep, desserts, love it.
Desserts?
Desserts and other things.
Yeah, gifts for a significant other.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll walk up behind Zephyr as he's signing up.
As he's like muttering this to himself. Yep, that sounds, yep, treats, oh, hey, Al, what's going on, buddy?
Hi, I was actually coming over to sign up for this class. You're taking it too?
Yeah, you know, who knows what's gonna happen out there, and, it never hurt to have a cook in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying?
Fair. You know,
Cooks.
as I lean
Too
down
many
to
cooks.
start writing my name down, I say, you know, the last time I remember baking something was the first time Eleanor came over to my house, and those were the good days.
2 whole students
Are they the
Just
only ones
us?
signed up?
so far.
Oh, baby.
Now I
Al's
feel like
got-
I need to sign up, but I don't want to.
But I
I
really don't want to.
Well, no,
Too
there's
many
another
cooks in the
class I
kitchen,
wanted
you know?
I
I feel
mean-
bad, but not that bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, no one's talked to Daisy yet, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting there.
That
Okay.
was thinking the same.
Alright, yeah. I want to know the difference between combat yoga and Fight Club.
Okay. I mean, Daisy is standing there. There are several people that have kind of lined up to talk to her. If you look kind of around her booth, she has a little step stool that she is on so that she can be at eye level with most people. She is, you see 2 empty cups of coffee next to her, and her eyes are bright and wide, and she is just ready to help everyone.
Ugh.
Love her.
So, what is combat yoga?
Oh, I am so glad that you asked. Combat yoga is finding your inner self, your inner zen in the midst of combat. Being able to really focus down and center yourself while chaos is raging around you. That is what combat yoga is.
Okay. So does this, like, make you better at fighting?
Yes? If you're talking about like something that like you actually like hit people and like practice your attacks and stuff, probably not this one. But if you want to talk about like surviving combat, doing well, you know, like coming out of it in like a reasonable fashion, like then yes.
Alright. I guess survivability would be helpful. Okay.
Ah! Fantastic. Here's the list right here. Just hands you the little pad. Fantastic. Winnie, were you also walking up to Daisy's table?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Hi, I missed all of that. So what is combat yoga?
Oh, well, combat yoga is finding your inner zen, your inner self in the midst of chaos and combat. Being able to really focus and hone your own physical abilities and mental capacity while in the midst of many different things going on at the same time.
So, like a sense of control, maybe?
Oh, absolutely!
Oh.
Through breath and hard work and mental stability, many people find large senses of control through yoga and combative practices.
Okay. I am in then.
Oh, well, fantastic.
When a friend wins, though, on the sheet.
Beautiful. Okay. Who's next? I think Octavia needs one more. Is it, and Februm needs another one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, I also gotta figure out which
Actually-
Alex is taking.
Actually, I don't know why I suggested that. Februm, you should, like, totally be talking about mortality. I think the very essence of what your parents do is the gray line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair.
that's-
I was definitely thinking about that one.
I feel that's
Um,
more morality. But
Yeah, but that's more.
Well, just because I can smell that one the best, and I have a feeling that it will have something to do with not falling unconscious.
yeah.
I've been doing pretty good at not falling unconscious.
I did say off of the poker comment that you could just learn how to lie to your parents better.
Yeah.
True.
Oh.
Is anyone else doing combat yoga? Lily, are you doing combat
Yep.
yoga?
Yeah, Lily signed
So
up.
right
Stand
now,
up for it.
Octavia is doing smirks and subtleties. Lily and Winnie are in combat yoga. Zephyr and Al are in munchies for the road. Al is in the gray line. Lily and Zephyr are both in Fight Club. And Februm and Winnie are in the Root of Magic.
Nice.
Oh. What's Alex taking?
That's what I was like, what is Alex taking? Alex is taking Fight Club.
Oh
think-
no.
Fight his mama.
He's not scarred by the Al encounter.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, Al's not doing Fight Club, so he's okay.
I know. That doesn't mean you're not scarred.
I feel like Al has been apologizing to him almost every time you see, just constantly. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
God, I
The
want to
three
take
that
Fight
weren't there
Club.
Just keep asking, why are you apologizing so much?
I really want to see Winnie kick ass in Fight Club, but I don't think I should.
Do it.
Yeah,
Follow your
but-
heart.
Yeah, but combat yoga is a good like control thing that I think she'd want to
That's
have
fair.
a better sense of, and then
Yeah.
Root of Magic, just all about the whole divine thing and things like that.
We can
Well, maybe
always
I'll
go to
ask a
stick and
little.
poker.
Yeah.
Always
Alex
make our own.
is taking Fight Club in the Root of Magic.
Yeah. That fits.
I think Octavia walks up to Veneril.
Mm-hmm.
She just kind of like looks over what they have, and looks up at them, and she's like, "I have a question.
Yes.
What can a class like this offer someone like me, who has very little magic capability?"
Well, more than happy to help you make that first connection.
Well, she kind of scratches Perseus like absent-mindedly. Like, I do have a little, but Perseus is about all I'm capable of, and he will.
There's a little glimmer over her eyes. She's like, well, I see that you've been gifted something, but finding your own connection is something else entirely.
Perhaps.
Something to think about.
I shall ponder it. I mean, it's either this or Fight Club.
You see that they're posted next to each other, and Veneril is doing her their damn best to not give Garfrey any attention whatsoever.
It's one of those ones where they like glance at each other and it has the like little static in between them just from their looks.
But it is very much more in Veneril towards Garfrey. Garfrey does not care what kind of attention they're attracting, who they're attracting, what's happening. Like, they're here for everything. But Veneril is a little like, some class would be nice.
And Veneril's from
Borden?
Borden. Oh, so this is like their one chance to get away. I see. It makes sense.
Understandable.
It's all coming together now.
There's a reason that we take these transfer positions.
Makes sense. I can see how it might get fairly one note. But she will kind of slip over to Garfrey, and she's just like, "So, Fight Club?
Fight Club!
Is this like a group battle thing, or more of like a one-on-one combat situation?"
Week to week.
Hmm.
You think I have this planned out?
He's like,
I made this sign today.
They told me to
I have a
come up
green
with a
mark.
class.
Look at my
that
amazing
doesn't fight
sign!
club.
I made it today!
I worked very hard on it.
she kind of looks at him up and at his sign, and she's like, "You know what?
Eh?
You know what? I think for once in my life, I'm going to take a class that might challenge me. Thank you very much, sir. And then she will slide back over to Veneral, and she'll sign up for the Root of Magic.
Hey!
Look at all of us in the Root of Magic.
I feel like it's very important to what's happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have the entire group to teach it to me later.
Yes.
Okay.
Fight Club.
That just leaves Februm. With one
Ah.
final decision.
I don't know.
Veneril, Februm has already taken class with Veneril, so the other 5 are up.
Let's do a roll on.
Fight Club.
There's always Fight Club.
Why would Garfrey be
I'm
played by
doing-
Danny DeVito?
Oh my god. I see
Garfrey
it
is
too.
just Suction Cup Man.
Suction Cup Man. Yes, I love it.
Look at him go.
I wrote your song.
I wrote your song!
You're a bitch.
You're a bitch!
Good. I would expect nothing less.
I'll do. Shit. I'll do combat yoga.
Combat yoga.
Whoa!
Coming out of left field, like.
Yeah, that was none of the top 3 choices.
Okay. We've got Octavia in Smirks and Subtleties. We've got Lily, Winnie, and Februm in Combat Yoga. We've got Al in Zephyr in Munchies for the Road. We've got Al in the Gray Line. Then we've got Axel, Zephyr, and Lily in Fight Club. And then we've got Octavia, Axel, Winnie, and Februm in The Root of Magic.
A lot of people in there.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Yeah.
The kind of conference-like assortment goes on for probably another 10, 15-ish minutes. Most people have done wandering while you've been doing it too. The lists have begun to kind of fill up. I think I'm gonna let me make a roll for this real fast. I'm like, oh no, what about that one? Oh yeah, Octavia, as you sign up for the Root of Magic, you kind of walk away from the table, and 2 other people show up, and Veneril has to turn one of them away because her class is filled up.
Oh, spicy.
Oh.
Wow. But
They're probably thrilled about that.
oh, they feel
They're
amazing
just like,
about
oh
it.
yeah.
They're just they kind of brush their hair back a little bit. They kind of bounce it up so the curls really hold nicely.
Cute.
But after the class selection has begun, there's another announcement from Professor Tressa. It's like, well, now that you have all made your selections, it is time for your days to begin. If everyone could filter around and find their time slots and begin your first classes.
Good.
So everyone begins to filter around, and we will start with our first week of checks and our second round of classes. And we're going to start at the top, work our way all the way down.
So just for clarification, are the checks gonna be the same week to week for each class?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So, Octavia, you are first. You walk into Hopper's classroom. Did you take Hopper's class before?
No, I didn't. I took
Okay.
wall climbing and fireball dodging.
Gotcha. no really reference off of this, but you walk into what you can only describe as a poker hall. There are
Amazing.
tables set up. There are decks of cards that have been magically enchanted to deal cards out to players that sit at the table. And Hopper just kind of stands on a podium, keenly looking out into the audience. Well, you might as well begin. And I need you to make one of two checks.
Okay.
You can either make a deception check or a sleight of hand check.
Are you kidding me? I'm doing a sleight of hand every single time. That's a 29.
29. You flawlessly make your way through the first week of this class, relying on a lot of your roguish skills, a lot of your background. This is child's play to someone of your expertise.
Easy, eh?
Roll a perception check, though.
Perception. That is a 15.
I gotta roll against that.
It's too. It's not high enough to be like, oh yeah, you see.
No, you don't see anything.
Cool, neat, good to know. Thanks.
Anyway, one success for Octavia. Now, we move on. Heading over to the open field that lies to the west of Ravenside Academy. You find several different mats that have been laid out, as well as like 4 or 5 different speakers, and there are like different conjured constructs and elementals that seem to all kind of be waiting on the edges for you, as Daisy kind of stands at the front on a mat. Well, welcome in, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Find their places. Now, I'm going to be running you through a couple simple flows to get us started, just to ground some of our basics in. And while I do that, the beings on the outside will be doing their best to knock you over, disrupt your concentration, and possibly injure you if you fall your way off of the mat. So please do your best to stay on your mats at all times and to plan your motions accordingly. Thank you. She like taps on like her little like sound system that's next to her, and like just this like blasting symphonic music begins to play. And so I will need Lily, Winnie, and Februm to all make con saves.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Not what I was expecting.
10.
10? That's enough for week
14.
1. Beautiful. We'll wait for Winnie to get back. But both successes. Lily, you're finding it a little difficult. But still ending up holding in there. It's not necessarily whatever you see. There's a couple other classmates that weren't necessarily expecting what was going to be happening in this class. But everyone's doing their best to hold in there. There is like one student that like accidentally puts his hand off the mat and his like fingers get run over. It has to like he's like and then Daisy's like, now a deep breath in and exhale. We'll have Winnie roll when we get back for that. Next up, Zephyr and Al, you walk into a small baking studio. There's several different ovens and workstations. Can you each roll a d4 for me?
Nice.
Are we the only ones here?
2.
That's what the roll's for.
3.
Yeah.
There are 5 other students that have decided to join in on this class, and you can tell that Odessa is just ecstatic. She's like a little flustered. She's kind of like prancing her way around, and she's getting all the ingredients. She's like, oh, I guess I wasn't expecting this many people. Okay, so I guess this week, we'll just start with some simple trail mix. Now the important part of trail mix is really selecting your ingredients to complement each other. You know, we're going handfuls here. We're not trying to like daintily eat this. We're just throwing it in the back of our mouths. Now there are ingredients all around the studio space. Now, what I would like you to do is find the best ingredients that you can and make me a trail mix. And I will need both of you to make a survival check.
Cool. Well,
5.
Okay. Al. Okay. Al, you end up kind of like going for like something simple. Just some nuts, berries, like a little hint of chocolate, a traditional, like something that you've been making for like most of your life, so you have something in like the workshop kind of deal. Zephyr, you try to go way too extravagant with this. You were picking like the finest ingredients, the darkest of chocolates, to kind of throw together in this trail mix. And you go to taste it at the end, and it's not good. It is not sitting with you well. It ends up kind of like gurgling in your stomach. You did fail that one, Zephyr.
I did.
Okay. Winnie is back. Winnie, I need you to make a con save for combative yoga. As you are doing your best to stay centered on your yoga mat, while constructs, elementals, other summoned beings are whipping around in between the mats, and loud blasting symphonic music is being played all around you. And you're just being told to breathe. Breathe through it. 2 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Deep breaths, everyone.
This is a save.
Con save.
18.
18. Success in that category as well.
As well.
Yeah, everyone succeeded in that one.
Oh.
Everyone succeeded so far. There's no reason to go
What?
back and watch
Except
the
for
VOD.
Zephyr.
Yeah, no, I have no what you're talking about. Everyone's
Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course not. Right.
No, Zephyr failed. Zephyr, I will not let you live this down.
well.
You failed at making trail mix.
It wasn't a fail. Zephyr tried too hard. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like he was like, you know what?
He cared too much.
Like salmon
That's the
on salmon.
problem.
He goes like salmon on toast is amazing with like a little cream cheese, but he decides to take croutons and like chopped up salmon and like a little bit of cubed cheese.
Solid. I like it.
Honestly, that sounds really good.
It does sound good, but not
Not in a trail mix.
This
but
is
not
a separated
Yeah.
sushi roll,
me
not a
just-
trail mix.
Let me just take my hand and stiff it in a
You
bag
just
full of
smell
like pieces
like
of raw
moist
fish.
salmon. Crackers are a little soggy.
You're like,
Everything smells like fish
Oh yes.
and delicious.
But anyway, Al, you walk into Phyllis's office. Very traditional lecture hall kind of view. As Phyllis kind of stands in the front. For this first week, it's a lot of lecturing and talking about what it means to be mortal and what it means to have like the ability to die and how we have to like deal with that. There are probably a lot of younger students that can't help from just like throwing a glance in your direction from time to time. But end of the week, I need you to roll just a straight d20.
Nice. I got a 6.
Okay. You are like sitting there, and your hands are gripped, and you're like, this is important. This is important. I can pay attention. And you just catch yourself like snoozing off every so often.
Not again.
I thought you were gonna say you have depression because you're old.
But Phyllis ends up like, there's one class where Phyllis is like walks up to you, and you like wake up to no one else being in the classroom, and she's like, well, I'm getting ready to leave. Just thought you should know if you had anywhere else that you wanted to be or get up to.
I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Just make sure you're getting enough sleep. Okay.
Oh, she's the best.
And not nearly killing yourself right as soon as you wake up. I can see that the nose has been bleeding onto my desk.
Please don't, in fact, do that.
Yes. We move on to Fight Club. Lily, Zephyr, and Axel walk in to a gymnasium. You see racks of blunted weapons and padded armor kind of all around. And Godfrey just goes, well, pick your poison, everyone! These first couple sessions, we're gonna see where everyone's at. We're gonna start pairing people up. We're gonna set some groups up. We're just gonna have a good time. I hope everyone's here for it. Yep. But we'll start off with a free for all. So have fun.
Okay.
And you watch there's like a little bit of like a confusion between people. They're like, what's going on?
Lily
And then
just
they start-
decks someone.
Yeah, Lily for sure starts it. You have to. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just bouncing her way in.
Lily goes, whack! Fight Club!
I feel like as soon as he said free for all, Zephyr was smart enough to walk away from Lily.
Yeah, I feel like this is like
He
big
like
Hunger
grabs
Game
Axel's arm and
energy
pulls him
because
away.
Lily is definitely one of the people that was primed to do this, and she's like going in there. She's winning.
She was ready to win at any cost, and that includes punching her son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So for this one, I need you to make an attack roll.
Yay.
It can be either with a strength or a finesse weapon. So either one works. But I just need an attack roll.
Fantastic.
Oh, I guess I have to roll for Axel too.
I always forget what my attack modifier is. Okay.
Guess that could have been worse.
That's a 25.
That's a 15.
Okay. You all, like, the three of you... Okay, I have a question. Now, I know Axel and Zephyr might, like, pair up, but Lily, are you deciding to stick with your... No, you're just a force of nature.
No.
So...
If I'm gaining anything from this class, I have to win on my own.
Understood. So...
I feel like Zephyr would have a similar mentality, though.
Okay, so I guess Axel tries to team up with you for a second.
He wouldn't attack Axel, but he's not gonna, like, wombo combo with him.
Okay, so what Axel does is he essentially takes your backside.
Yeah.
So not intentionally, like you're not intentionally helping each other, but you've put yourselves in a position where people are attacking both of you head on, and it's very hard to attack either of you from the back.
Yeah. That's pretty...
Which you're able to kind of fend off attacks. kind of position yourself more effectively. Lily is just the Tasmanian devil. Like, we're like worrying through this group. There is a moment like you pan out and you just see like a group of students fly up into the air as Lily just like streaks past, and there's another group that just flies up as like something is moving through the crowd, just decking them left and right. But finally, we come to Veneril in the root of magic. The four of you that are in there walk in. Axel's got some cuts and bruises on him, but nothing too bad. And you see that there are, instead of like desks and chairs, there are pillows and blankets. And it's a very like communal, like talking space kind of setup. Veneril welcomes you all in. They tell you to kind of sit down wherever feels comfortable. And they begin talking about magic as a whole and how it's all around us. It connects us to each other. First week is very spiritual in nature. And just talking about the different types of magic, the connections that can be made, finding it in yourself through blood, your own will, your charismatic ability, all of those kinds of things, your intellect. And so, I would like Fabrum, Winnie, Axel, and Octavia to make a spellcasting check so for Octavia, pick your intelligence, your wisdom, or your charisma, and make a check with that one.
Okay. Well, not.
It is just a D20 plus that stat.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 1.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
Which stat is it?
It was charisma, so it's a +3 or a +2. So
it
it's a 3.
turns out you're not a sorcerer.
Wow. Gee. I wonder why.
You said this is our spell modifier.
Yep, so whatever you use for your spell casting, and if you don't have anything that uses spell casting, just pick one of your intelligence stats that you would like to use for spell casting.
Dirty 20.
15.
Okay. Success. I gotta look at Axel's modifiers. Yeah, he's fine. For week 1. But you all kind of like make your way through. Many of you connecting with different aspects of your own being. But Octavia, you're finding it difficult to connect within yourself. Much of your life has been exuding this outward persona, convincing people, deceiving people, having the confidence to do what you need to get done. But it throws you for a loop when you have to start looking inward on this kind of mental capacity and thinking about how different things connect, and you end up getting a little brain fried and a little distorted this week.
To be expected.
But with that, that's all the classes for this week. So is there anything anyone wants to do while the week progresses? We'll start early in the week, and we can continue farther on as need be. First come, first serve. Octavia.
I definitely want to make my way down to the Thieves Guild just to like check on everyone and make sure nothing's gone awry.
Okay.
You know, not that there's any reason to be concerned in particular, but she did ask them to like give her any information on the other 2 schools, etc. If anything happened, yada yada.
You get down there. They've just received this message. It has only been 24 hours on the Monday. And they're just starting to go into like details and research. They might have stuff for you by the weekend.
Okay. Just touching base, making sure we understand what kind of information's getting passed where, yada yada.
Yeah, I mean, they're also interested. There was very little. So what you do figure out is the rest of the city has been told very little and was warned very little that there was going to be this festival happening.
Okay, cool.
And with students and faculty and pretty much everyone being confined to the shadow, most of the populace isn't really interacting with these individuals from other cities or schools.
Okay.
So it's been difficult to find enough of these students that are getting drunk at pubs or speaking out of turn. The Thieves Guild is having to sneak into the shadow to get most of this work done, which is very difficult.
Right. Cool. And then while she's there, she of course keeps an eye out for Alessander, casually. She's like, no, is he here? I mean, where else would he be? But,
I mean, he's still there. He seems to be doing well. Give me a D100 roll.
Oh, boy. Oh. I think I left my D100 upstairs. Give me 1 sec.
Oh, no.
A dice roller. It's okay.
It's like 2D10s work just as well.
Yeah, that's true. It's an 87?
87? Yeah, there's been no major pop-ups. You check in with... What's his name?
Hyrudin.
Yep, that one. You check in with Hyrudin, kind of like behind the scenes, while Alessander's kind of off waiting tables, talking to people, being social. And Hyrudin tells you that there hasn't been any issues. There's a moment where he kind of jokes with you about did you even see anything? But knows enough to trust your judgment.
Okay. She kind of just gives him a flat look, like...
He just gives you a smile and a drink.
But yeah, she'll definitely touch base with Alessander before she leaves.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, is everything okay?
Hi.
Things happening.
Oh,
Hello.
We are growing very accustomed to this underground living. Haven't seen the moon in 3 months. Fantastic. Really, really loving it.
Yeah, about that. We can go for a walk sometime. And
that would be lovely.
Get you outside for a little bit.
I think I've grown nose blind to this place. It doesn't smell anymore. I'm concerned.
I would be very concerned about that. Perseus missed you, and she's kind of using her cat like a Perseus missed you. And she's
hello,
purposefully
Perseus.
angling her face to one side as she talks to him.
Make a quick stealth check for me.
Okay. No. Okay. That's only 11.
Jesus, put your dice in jail.
I loved that.
I
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
let's
so
see.
genuine. I only rolled a 5. So that's an 11.
Yeah, with a 13.
Oh, baby, it's not that.
It wasn't that much of a difference.
No.
Alessander kind of looks over to the side. Well, I hope you've been well.
Yes. She's looking at the wall
Staying out of too much trouble, I assume?
Oh, you know me. Trouble follows me wherever I go, but yes. Doing fine.
Well, he moves into your gaze. Tavi, you be safe. You know that, right?
That she kind of turns and faces him straight on. She's like, yeah.
Safe.
Safe. Certainly safe.
He
yeah.
he reaches and he does that thing where he grabs your hand that's by your side. He's like, you know I worry, right?
Worry about me? please. There's no need for that. I'm out of school. I'm learning. I'm doing the good thing for Tavi on the straight and narrow.
Well, now that is a sight.
Oh, did I just make you more concerned in one sentence?
Quite possibly. I mean, do I need to be... I wasn't worried about your mental state, but, like, do we need to be investigating that?
No, we are perfectly all right. Yes,
Absolutely.
she kind of like,
Mhm.
she kind of like holds his hand, and then looks at their hands, realizes that they're holding hands, and she's like, oh, yeah, so, festival, I should be going. You know, it's
Sure.
nice to see you again.
Say goodbye to Perseus.
yeah, so she's like, say goodbye to Perseus.
He will, like, let go, and, like, he, like, pets Perseus, and he's like, well, goodbye, Perseus.
Perseus is like, what the fuck?
yeah. And
He's
Octavius like, he says goodbye, and then mentally Perseus is like, what the heck are you doing?
He, like, gives you the... He's like...
He gives the max animal squint.
It's not
Yeah.
it's not quite the squint, it's the...
Yeah.
It's like the seriously, are you kidding me? And she's like, shh, stop it. Yeah, so, she kind of like pats her thighs and then like looks at the door and then looks back at him and she's like, a walk. I will, weekend walk before the weekend?
Whenever you're free. You know, my schedule is just so busy. And there's like one of the other like roguish individuals is like, Alexander, where are you at with those drinks? Oh,
Well.
you see, duty calls.
At least they're putting you to work. Not letting you freeload around here. High Rudin couldn't have that.
No day, no night.
She's like, goodbye. I will, send Perseus with a letter.
Of course.
And she will awkwardly kind of like walk towards the stairs of like the secret entrance and kind of like, just kind of like tapping her hands like, I need to stop. I'm ridiculous. She just has that moment of, I am insane. And then she'll turn and look back at him. And
He
if
is
he's still
staring
looking...
directly at you.
Oh my word. I don't know if you can see at this distance, but her face lights up and then she scuttles away.
You've got like the purple starts to encroach on her cheeks
Yeah.
just a little bit as she scampers upstairs.
Yep. Oh man, she's stupid.
Absolutely. Who's
Good
next?
talk.
I see a hand with Winnie up.
It's a possible.
Okay, it's a
yes.
possible.
Possible is good.
If other people want to go, they can go.
No, I think we're here. We're here now. Winnie, what do you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Octavia, when are you going on your walk? I'm just curious.
I was thinking she'd probably show up again, like, maybe Friday-ish, because they probably get, like, a weekend duty. Not Friday, like Thursday, because they probably get, like, a weekend chore or something to do on the weekend.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was just genuinely curious. It has nothing to do with Winnie's spying. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, no one's stopping you.
Winnie invites herself.
Hi guys.
Winnie just
What
turns
a
it
nice
into a double
night
date.
for a walk. Winnie is gonna go talk to Octavia though. Probably like towards the end of the week. That's also kind of why I asked. I don't know what she'd be doing like in the evening after classes, but
I mean, she's holding this stone, and the book. She's got a book and a stone, and she's like got them at her desk, and she's just kind of sitting there, and that feather that's usually braided into her hair is now knocked in one of her earrings, and she's just kind of running her fingers through it absentmindedly as she's reading.
what you doing?
Reading a book. What are you doing?
coming to talk to you.
Oh? And to what do I owe this fine pleasure, Winnie Win?
Well, how do I put this in a way that doesn't sound weird? She kind of sits there for a minute and she's like, I don't want to say we got off on the wrong foot, but we've definitely had some bumps in our road. So, since you're having a little bit of trouble in class, I thought I'd give you some help.
Trouble? In what manner? In what capacity could I possibly be having trouble in my classes?
The whole, looking inside yourself thing. She kind of like, she goes to like poke your chest, but she's like, rather than like pokes her, she's like,
Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, but doesn't looking inside oneself require the person who is doing said looking to do the looking inside themselves? I fail to see how you can help me in this manner, but you are more than welcome to try.
I want to aid you in learning how to do it.
Oh, okay.
Well, you just don't seem like the kind of person that does it that often. Not in an offensive way. I just mean like you have an outside self all the time. But I don't
How
think
do you know? How do you know that the outside self isn't the inside self?
I could start with the fact that you don't want any of us to know about that picture that you gave up. I could talk about the whole bandana thing. I could talk about how you're actually very, very nice, even though you act like you don't care that much. I can talk about how you actually care deeply about Zephyr as a friend, even though you like to push his buttons all the time.
That is very false.
I can talk about how...
First off, keep your voice down.
Yeah, she's like, that is incredibly false. And she kind of looks around the room, and that is incredibly false.
Should I keep going?
I feel like I'm going to lose brain cells, but, and your point, please?
My point being, I just kind of, I don't know, I'm having a lot of trouble lately finding out who I really am. So I figure we can kind of work on this sort of thing together. You won't know how to explore your inner self if you don't know who your inner self is. You know? If you don't acknowledge that person, you're never really going to acknowledge the whole magic part of yourself, I guess. So I want to help Octavia meet Octavia.
Pretty sure Octavia knows who Octavia is. But if you think, for whatever reason, that this will help, I suppose I can humor you.
Yay! Okay. We can always invite Lily to do this too. It could be a little girl time.
Well, I suppose that wouldn't hurt, especially since she did seem fairly interested in this class. If you want to call her over.
Yeah. No, that's so Chioni to go. No, when anyone did that, she'd be like, "All right, cool. I'll be back. Don't go anywhere." And she runs off to go get Lily. And basically, it's like, we're gonna talk about inner magic stuff. Basically, like talking about the class and why I know if they would want to join them.
Magic isn't, necessarily something I need to worry about.
Okay. Well, if you ever want to join, it's probably just gonna be more talking than actually magic stuff.
Okay.
From behind Winnie, Octavia's still at her desk, and she kind of leans over and is like,
What's up?
peace. But Lily doesn't have to join them if she doesn't want to.
I say Winnie.
Wants to right now.
Gotcha.
Good
Say
to
Winnie
know.
will probably go back with her, and she'll like sit on the floor, kind of cross-legged, and she'll go and like have her sit in front of her, like pat the. So it looks like I'm patting my lap because I don't have a
Yeah.
table right in front of me. Yeah, sits across from her, and she's like, "Okay, Octavia, I know you don't really want to just lay out everything about yourself right in front of me, so we can start with something easy that you don't usually feel comfortable with."
Okay.
So, if we're gonna, because you have to get more comfortable with the uncomfortable parts of yourself in order to like be comfortable with your inner self in order to access the whole inner magics thing. So, what's with you and Alessander?
What?
Right into it.
This is just Winnie's fun little sneak way of gossiping with Octavia.
She's like, I'm sorry. What do you mean?
You know. I mean, I'm not really date savvy, but I'm not stupid.
Oh, my dear Winifred, absolutely not. We're childhood friends. We ran under Hyrudin when I was young. I
Mm-hmm.
missed a lot of school because we were stealing things, robbing people, misplacing things mostly. He dropped a bar of gold on my head. That's how we met. She kind of like reaches up and touches the scar on her forehead, and she's like, and then I threw it at him, and that's why he has a scar on his mouth. But yep, no, nothing else happening there.
Well, I mean, I suppose not. But I think he's a good starting point into figuring out who you are. I mean, you kind of put the front out for everybody else but him. Not that I see you guys interact often, but when we have, and then from what I've heard about the last time he was with us in the why can't I think of her name?
Offenzia?
Thank you. In Offenzia's place.
Ah, yes, when he stabbed me.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was possessed by another being.
Mm-hmm. Not
That was fun.
necessarily the stabbing thing, but I just mean like you act different with him. In a good way.
I mean, we've certainly known each other for a very, very long time, so...
And I think that's a good start. You kind of have to put the Tavi that you are with him out for other people, too. Just kind of pay attention to the way you act with him.
She kind of looks at Winnie, and like, I don't know how insightful you are with like emotions and stuff like this, but it's almost like a glaze kind of goes over Octavia's eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and she almost seems more closed off than she was before. And she's like, I will certainly keep that in mind. Thank you, Winifred.
Okay.
This is a two-way street. Hawk.
Huh?
You asked me something, and I don't know what to ask you. Childhood. Go.
Okay. Sure, that's a way of asking that. We'll take it. Well, where do I start? I don't want to say I had a bad childhood. I mean, I had a good relationship with my dad and my brother. But, I mean, it kind of got worse as the years went on. My brother's been missing in the
waste.
somewhere. Yeah, somewhere in the waste, if he's even alive.
Sorry to hear that.
It's okay. It's been harder lately than it usually is, but I still have some little bit of hope that he's still out there. Especially because the whole... Where's my lore going today? What's the lead cultist lady's name?
Rutha?
Rutha!
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. All my lore is just like leaving my brain.
Names just whee!
It's going going away.
Ain't calling you a Rutha.
Especially since Rutha said that we have the same eye, so she's got to know him somehow, which is a whole nother can of worms.
Oh, I didn't know that. Of course, that's, I think, before I joined.
Yeah, it was when I died.
Right.
And then
I
you
heard
didn't die.
about that.
And then... Yeah, that was a lot.
It's really unfortunate. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, it's not okay. Actually, it's very, not okay. But, you know, you weren't there for it, and it's not your fault, so there's nothing for
Yeah.
you to be sorry for.
I can still feel sorry for your circumstance. I have lost too, you know. I'm sure you're aware, but both my parents are gone. My uncle rules the lake folk in place of my father. And he is very much so a traditionalist. Would probably prefer that I was on the barge, staying on the flotilla, but he doesn't have that much say over my life. Not as much as he wishes sometimes, I think.
I can't say I completely understand, but until this year, I had no clue who my mom was and just assumed she was dead. And I still don't really know her that well. And then as for my dad, he's kind of non-existent too. He kind of lost it after my brother disappeared. But he still has some good advice sometimes. One of which being that you gotta live the life your heart wants to lead for ya.
That's very wholesome of him.
He was a good one. Still is sometimes.
Hold on to the family that you still have, I guess. Nice chat. Perhaps we can talk after class sometimes.
I'd like that.
She will pat Winnie's shoulder and stand up and go back to her book.
Cool.
And with that little subtle moment, I think that's where we're going to call it for tonight. We will pick up next week with some more midweek shenanigans, some investigation, and possibly go into some of the lore that the party has pulled from the Cask Estate. But that's all going to have to wait for next time. So thank you all for joining us tonight. We were happy to have you with us. We hope you enjoyed yourself. Julia?
Drink water. It's very important to stay hydrated. It's very good for you, and you should be drinking a lot every day.
Absolutely. Anyway.
Hydrate or dihydrate, am I right?
Have a good night, y'all.
99.